Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to take you through my eyebrow tattooing journey. So this is going to be a very quick intro because I know it's quite a long video, but it has everything that you need to know if you're looking at getting your eyebrows tattooed. So I'm going to jump straight into it, but I will have a little outro at the end, which will also have a code in there. If you're looking at getting your eyebrows tattooed and you want a bit of a discount, if you're in Australia, Gold Coast, or if you're just happy to travel so that you know that you can get a good set of eyebrows, then I will leave the code at the end, which will be for Annalise at the Cosmetic Lounge. So let's kick off this video with a Q&A with Annalise. Okay guys, so I'm here with Annalise from the Cosmetic Lounge and we're just about to start getting my eyebrows tattooed. I've got the numbing cream on at the moment, so we decided we'd do our little Q&A right now while we wait for that to numb. Welcome Annalise, thank you so much for having me today. Okay, so I thought it would be a really good idea to get the answers from a real brow technician to all of the questions that you guys want to know about getting your brows tattooed. So firstly, Annalise, how long would you say that brow tattooing normally lasts?
So it can last anywhere from 1 to 3 years, depending on which technique you choose, your skin type, your skin regime, and all of that kind of stuff, what your daily activities are. All of that comes into factor with how long they'll last.
I did actually have a question from one of my followers. She's got oily skin and she was wondering if that makes them last a little bit less than like normal dry skin or combination skin.
Yeah. So we would recommend like an ombre or possibly combination brow technique for oily skin. You'll still get the full like 2 to 3 years if you go with that technique, whereas if you went with feathering, because it's so soft and natural and just on the second layer of skin, you won't get the full like 3 years out of feathering. So you could get feathering, but be prepared to have refreshes every 6 months, 8 months.
Okay, good to know. And what would you say that clients normally say it feels like getting their brows tattooed? Do they say it hurts?
Everyone's so different. The majority of people are totally fine. They say the first minute's just a little bit scratchy. And then once we apply the secondary numbing, you literally can't feel a thing. I've had so many people slip through the whole thing. So.
Oh my gosh.
But then in saying that, if you're on your period or something like that, it does make you more sensitive. So, yeah, so try and work around your period.
Yeah, okay, good tip. I did not know that. And how long does the initial appointment normally take?
About 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, from start to finish. So numbing, which is about half an hour, then drawing up your design, which could take about 40 minutes, can be quicker. And then the tattooing part, depending on what technique we're doing.
Okay, so different techniques take different time.
Yeah, the ombre would take the longest, feathering's quite fast, combinations somewhere in the middle, but yeah, max 2.5 hours.
Awesome. Yeah. And then what about for a touch-up? Is that a lot quicker?
Yeah, a lot quicker, about an hour and a half.
Okay, and so you just mentioned a few, so what are the different types of eyebrow tattoos?
Okay, so feathering is super natural, little hair-like strokes through the whole brow, just to mimic your real natural brow hair. Okay. It's probably the most popular because people do love a nice feathery brow.
So if you're wanting a more natural brow, that's definitely the way to go.
Yeah, I love feathering. They're so natural, so realistic, but yet you still have that nice, defined, crisp shape that some people do like getting. Combination is a mix of feathering through the front of the brow and then shading through the tail, which some people do like if they like a lot of makeup or just want a little more fullness through the tail. And ombre is shading through the whole brow, so a little bit softer in the front and then shading through the whole tail, which is beneficial if you do have really oily skin or you do like to wear a lot of makeup.
Okay, yeah, awesome. A question that I find I get asked a lot about brow tattooing, if someone got their eyebrows tattooed and then they weren't happy with them, is there a way that they can get them touched up and fixed? And what do you sort of recommend if that is the case? If they go somewhere, don't like them, can they then come to another technician and have them fixed up? And do they need to wait a certain amount of time before they do that? Or
we always ask for photos of their brows because we do get quite a lot of messages from people that have had their brows done and they're not quite happy with them or they're just in rust or something like that. It really is depending on the severity. So if it's a brow tattoo that has a lot of saturation, a lot of pigment, and in the wrong places, there isn't really too much we can do with that removal. There is a tattoo removal that's used with saline, that's non-laser removal that you can get, which can have really, really good results. So depending on the severity of the tattoo that you want to have removed, that is an option. If it's just really faint, old tattoo, and it's maybe turned like a different colour, we should be able to colour correct depending on the shape. So yeah, it really just depends on the severity of the old tattoo.
After getting your brows tattooed, is there anything that you would say to avoid doing, and how long for?
So our aftercare is no water for 48 hours on the brows. You can give them a wash after day 3. Just applying your cream that we provide for you for 1 week, 3 times a day for a week, and no high intensity exercise for about a week if possible. Light exercise is fine, that's more just the sweating that can push the pigment out. And yeah, that's about it really. No sun or anything, no saunas, no swimming, nothing like that for the first week.
Alright, well, should we jump into it?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so today, guys, I'm going to be getting the combination brows done. This is actually a touch-up for me, so I had them done last year. It's been about almost a year. So I'm going to go a little bit darker today than I did last year because as you'll see in the close-up when I do the before and after, they are pretty much faded right down. So yeah, let's jump into it and we'll see how we go.
Awesome.
Alright guys, so we're like halfway through maybe. So interesting what Annalise said in the Q&A. The first round that she did, I could definitely feel it still, and it was like a scratching feeling. This is the second round now and I cannot feel it at all. So the numbing cream is definitely doing its thing. Hey guys, okay, so it's still the same day that I had my brows tattooed. It's just a couple of hours later. So I just wanted to give you a quick update so you can see what they look like. Obviously right now they are very dark. So this is completely normal. I think it's what freaks a lot of people out about getting their eyebrows tattooed is that they see them in photos on the first couple of days after they've been done and they are very dark. They fade so much. So I specifically wanted to get them this dark this time because last year when I had them done I was scared as well. I was too scared to go too dark, and by the time they had lightened you couldn't even really notice that I'd had them done just because of how light they went. So when I went and got them touched up after the 6 weeks I got them a tiny bit darker, but I still didn't go dark enough. This time I really wanted to have them darker so by the time they fade, they will still be very noticeable. So yes, it looks intense at the moment. I know it's very dark. You don't have to go this shape. You don't have to go this dark. I like to have a little sort of squared off shape on the inner corners of my eyebrows. You can do more intense, thicker, thinner, whatever you like. You just speak to the technician when you get there and they will do them exactly how you ask for them. So I'm just going to lean in here so you can see the strokes as well. So with the combination you've got the nice strokes on the inner corner and then it sort of fades out into a nice shade on the outer edge. And what you can see here too, there's a slight reddish tinge to them at the moment. That will be there just until they settle, and once they've settled they should really match the color of my hair really nicely. I will film a daily update for about the next week so you can see how they go as they settle and heal. Today they're obviously very nice and smooth. I don't have any pain. It doesn't hurt at all. It did hurt a little bit as I was getting them done. So she did one layer of the numbing cream and then did the first lot of strokes. That was when I could feel it a little bit, but then she did the second layer of numbing cream, and after that second layer I could not feel it being done at all. I honestly could have gone to sleep. She had her music on, I had my eyes closed. It's very relaxing and I couldn't feel it at all. So if you're a little bit worried about getting them done because you think that it might hurt, don't let that deter you. It's genuinely not that extreme. It's just that first little bit you need to get through and then it's fine. Here we go. Quick update for day 2. Oh my god, this is so full on. I woke up this morning and I freaked out a little bit when I had a look at this. I was like, oh my god, I did not realize it was this dark yesterday. I almost feel like it's gotten darker. But after I had a look at my little care sheet, I did see day 2 microblading emotions. If you can see this here is a sad face saying, I don't like this color, it's too dark. So that just settled me right down a little bit. I haven't really put any makeup on except for a little bit of mascara today. I wanted you guys to get the full effect of how they're looking today, and I didn't want to put too much makeup near the eyebrows either, which is why I didn't put any foundation or BB cream or anything like that on today. So I really just wanted you guys to see how they're looking. Still in love with the shape of them. The shape is just perfect. I did send a message to my family saying that I am Bert's long lost sister from Bert and Ernie. If you don't know who that is, I'll put a photo right there. Yeah, little bit freaked out today, but I know this is the process. I know they're gonna settle. I'm gonna keep doing my daily updates for you guys. Oh, and the other thing is too, I've been putting the aftercare cream on, like I've been instructed 3 times a day, but I have noticed that there's just teeny tiny little bits of flaking, which is totally normal. I think that's supposed to happen. So I can see a little bit of the color sort of flaking off. There's a tiny bit there. I don't know if you can see that. Tiny little bit. It does say not to like scrub them or rub them or anything like that. Just let it come off naturally. So I'm trying to do that. It is very hard not to touch them. Let's see how we go for the next few days. Okay, day 3. And I have to say I am loving myself silly today. I am obsessed with my brows. I love the color now that I've got some makeup on. I think it is perfect. Look how nicely it goes with my hair. I did not wake up this morning thinking that they were too dark anymore, and the shape is just perfect, as I've been saying, but it looks even better now. I feel like it's settled in a bit and I'm really loving how they're looking. It's funny because on this little emotions, microblading emotions chart, it does say that sort of day 2 to day 4, you're gonna think that they're too dark. I don't think that. Yesterday when I woke up, I did think that they were huge and dark and scary and really thick. Today, I do think that they look perfect. I'm really hoping that they don't fade too much now because I really like the color. Obviously, they're still going to fade a little bit more than what they're at the moment, which is fine. That's totally normal. And when I go back for my touch-up in about 6 weeks, I can get them a little bit darker again if I want to. I'll just have to get through that awkward couple of days phase. But yes, I'm absolutely loving myself today with these brows. All right, day 3 done. Hey guys, so it's day 4 and I'm just doing a very quick update for you from my hotel room, my overnight, because I am flying for the next 3 days. I am filming this one on my iPhone 11 Pro, so I'm sorry if the quality is a little bit different, but hopefully you can still see my brows pretty clearly. So today they have started to flake, which I'm hoping you can see when I hold this up close. See at the tops there, they're just starting to scab and flake off a little bit. I'm trying very hard not to touch them, and they are quite itchy because they're obviously healing, but still loving the shape. Nothing's really changed too much there. I did notice this morning, hopefully you can see when I put this up close, that on this side, on the inner corner there, some of the brush strokes have completely gone because they've obviously just fallen off or flaked off. So I'm hoping that comes back once they heal up. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But yeah, that's just a quick update on day 4. We'll see how they look tomorrow. All right, guys, day 5, and I'm in a different hotel to last night, so please excuse my background. I'm using the iPhone again, so sorry about the quality. But today I am definitely getting that flaky feeling. As you can see, they've started to go quite patchy up the top of both of the brows. They're getting a lot of flaking coming out of the brows. So attractive. Yeah, so I think this is pretty normal for about day 5. I think it's going to last a few days as well, but it's still, yeah, it's pretty bad today. Hopefully they sort of settle down and the color comes back a bit. So as you can see, that color is definitely coming out of the tops there where they're flaking. So yeah, quick update for day 5. See you guys tomorrow. Okay, this is day 6 now, and they have settled down heaps. You can definitely see the color difference from day 1 to now, so they've faded in a lot. The shape is held really well. All of the flaking and scabbing seems to have gone. So that went away pretty quickly. For me, that was just like 1 or 2 days that I had to deal with that, so not too bad at all. The color has like lightened up quite a bit, but it does say on the recovery sheet that can happen, and then the color can sort of come back in and get a little bit darker. I also still have to get my 6-week touch-up, so we'll see how they go after that. All right, see you tomorrow. Day 7 update. So you could see how much they were faded yesterday. Annalise messaged me and said that the color will start to come back over the next week or two. And to be quite honest, it looks like it's sort of almost coming back a little bit already. I just quickly tidied up a little bit underneath the brow today, just so that they looked a bit neater again. But yeah, I can see that the top part is already sort of settling down. The color seems like it's coming back and that shape is holding. My last update is going to be tomorrow, but I'm also thinking when I get them done again in 6 weeks, I'm going to do another update then, because as Annalise said, the color should come back a bit more over the next couple of weeks. And I want to film that so that I can put that in the next video. I know this one's already quite long, so that you guys can see how they kept going over the next few weeks. So yeah, day 7 looking good, the color's coming back and the shape is holding really well. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Okay guys, and from the last update that I did, I've actually waited 2 days. This is how they have settled in. I think that they're looking really good. The color did fade a little bit more than I was hoping for, but obviously I have to go and get my 6-week touch-up, so I'll get them. I might even get them a little bit darker then. Annalise has also said that the color will keep coming back, and it says that on the little chart as well. The color will still come back for 14 to 28 days. I only noticed this tiny little patch here that hasn't really settled as smoothly as the rest of the brows, but otherwise they're pretty much settled in, and the shape has obviously held the whole time. Now the one good thing I noticed too, which I didn't have last year, even though I had the feathering done, I don't know if you guys can see this, had the feathering done last year, but the brush strokes on the inner corners here, they didn't hold. So after just a few days, the brush strokes were completely gone and they didn't come back. This time, I'm not too sure if you can see this on the camera, but this time the brush strokes have held completely in the inner corners there. So I can still see them perfectly, which is a really nice effect. My feelings for you. And if you want to get your eyebrows tattooed, that's the feathering, the combination, or the ombre, go and see Annalise down at the Cosmetic Lounge on the Gold Coast. She has given me a discount for you guys to use, which is Bridge15. I'll put that right here. That's going to give you 15% off, which equals to around about $50 depending on which type you get. So a nice little $50 off your total price of your brows. And she also offers Afterpay. It could not be easier to get your eyebrows tattooed. Bridge15, you will be able to enter that into the comments section when you're making the booking with her, and she'll make sure that you get that discount. That was my brow tattooing experience so far. As I said, I'll do the update for you. I know this is a long video, so I was trying to sort of cut it down, but if there is anything that I haven't answered, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd be more than happy to answer it for you or find out the answer from Annalise. Sorry, quick outfit change. Jump onto Instagram and Facebook and give me a follow on there. I will have more photo updates on both of those platforms as well. So I would love to hear from you what you think of my brows and which brow type would you get as well. Feather, combination, or ombre? Let me know down below. Alright, I will see you next week with a new video.